At the beginning of the film, a car is shown with heavy rain pouring down on its windshield. Nearby, a girl is seen standing in the rain, completely drenched. The scene then cuts to a man named Patrick, who is inside his home. It is also raining heavily there, but Patrick sits inside, listening to the radio. It is revealed that Patrick lives in an RV, using it as his home. Suddenly, someone knocks on his door. Patrick shouts for the person to leave, saying he has no intention of opening the door. The person goes away, and Patrick sits back in his chair. After some time, another knock is heard. This time, a girl's voice asks for help and tells him to open quickly. Hearing this, Patrick goes to the door, opens it slightly, and asks what she needs. The girl explains that the rain is too heavy and she needs to reach the next town. She asks if he can give her a lift so she can reach safely. Patrick tells her she is soaked and should come inside. When she enters, Patrick looks at her with surprise, as if he has seen her somewhere before. He asks why she is traveling so late at night. The girl replies that she just needs to get to the next town. Patrick brings her a towel, but she refuses, saying she only wants to reach her destination. Patrick then explains that his van has not worked for a long time and cannot move. He suggests she stay for the night and leave by the morning bus. Patrick also tells her that local kids often knock on his door to disturb him, which is why he first thought she was just another kid playing a prank. He adds that she is too wet and should give him her shirt so he can dry it near the heater. Standing in front of her, he insists in a way that makes her uncomfortable. Frightened, the girl finally hands over her shirt. Patrick hangs it near the heater to dry. Patrick then questions her about where she comes from and what her purpose is. The girl says she was sleeping on the beach, but woke up because of the rain and came here for help. Patrick is shocked because the beach is very far, and it is almost impossible for her to run that distance. He suspects she is lying, but when he looks at her feet, he notices sand from the beach, which confuses him further. Maybe she is telling the truth. Patrick offers her a drink, but she refuses and asks for a phone to make a call. Patrick tells her there is no phone inside. Instead, he places some coins on the table and explains that there is a phone booth ahead. But at this late hour, it must be closed. He adds that he has the booth's key and offers to take her there. The girl refuses and prepares to leave, but when she sees the violent storm outside, she decides to stay. Inside, she notices many women's belongings in Patrick's trolley, which makes her think they might belong to his wife. Patrick suggests that the girl should take a hot shower so her body can get cleaned, and by that time her shirt will also dry. Saying this, he again stands in front of her, as if he is trying to force her. The girl becomes nervous and unwillingly goes into the bathroom to take a bath. At that moment, something passes over the van, making loud noises, which frightens her even more. Patrick keeps wondering how the girl has managed to come here so late at night. She has said she came from the beach, but the beach is very far away. He also feels that he has seen her somewhere before, but cannot recall where. Meanwhile, the girl keeps noticing that Patrick repeatedly stands close to her, which makes her scared and suspicious that something is wrong with him. Now both of them begin to doubt each other. While the girl was bathing, blood started flowing heavily from her head. But suddenly she came back to her senses and realizes it is only a hallucination, something created by her mind, not reality. When she comes out after bathing, Patrick is seen cooking soup for her. He also offers her a sweater to wear. When the girl asks whose sweater it is, Patrick replies that it belongs to a friend. The girl immediately wears it. Patrick then asks if she is married. She replies that she cannot even take care of herself properly, so how would she take care of a husband? That is why she is never married. She says she moves from one city to another, always ending up in difficult situations, just like the one she is in now, where escape seems almost impossible. Then the girl asks Patrick why he stays awake until 2 o'clock in the morning. Patrick explains that he has become very lonely, and because of that, sleep never comes to him. He gives her the soup to drink, but she refuses, as she does not trust him at all. Suddenly, there is a knock on the door. Patrick becomes nervous and asks her if it is someone she knows, or if she has called someone. The girl insists she is completely alone. Patrick checks outside, but finds no one. He assumes local kids are once again playing pranks on him. Quickly, he locks the door. Afterward, Patrick notices that instead of drinking the soup, the girl throws it away. Realizing this, he understands that she still does not trust him and has not even touched the food. He tells her she should have eaten because he had not mixed anything into it. The girl replies that she did not mean to offend him, but still acted this way because trust has not yet developed. Hearing this, Patrick brings a torch since the light inside has gone out. He tells her that if she wants, she can leave. No one is forcing her to stay. The girl replies that she does not wish to leave and suggests they fix the fuse box together, so the lights will return. Now she begins to feel that perhaps Patrick is not a bad man, and she might have doubted him for no reason. She starts speaking with him more politely. Together, they go to repair the fuse. Patrick walks ahead while the girl follows with the torch. Suddenly, the light falls on Patrick's clothes, showing bloodstains. Alongside, There is a hammer with dried blood on it. Seeing this terrifies her, and she starts suspecting that he may be a murderer. Still, she decides to get medicines to treat the injury on his back. When she opens the medicine box, she discovers many earrings inside. Among them, she finds a pair that belongs to her own belongings, which shocks her deeply. Now she realizes something is seriously wrong. She immediately comes out, confronts Patrick, and begins arguing with him. The girl asks Patrick why he has stolen her earrings. Patrick replies that he is seeing her for the first time, so it is impossible that any of those earrings belong to her. The girl becomes frightened and decides to leave. She demands that he open the van door so she can go. Patrick says the door is already open, and if she wants to leave, she should go immediately. He reminds her that she came here asking for help, and he helped her. But now she is treating him as if he is guilty. He complains that people come to him for help and then blame him afterward. According to him, it would be better if no one came at all, because then he would never have to help anyone. When the girl opens the door, she sees the storm raging outside and decides to stay. She apologizes to Patrick for her behavior. Patrick forgives her, and they start playing cards together. Patrick begins sharing his past. He says that he was married, but his wife was an addict who died from an overdose. He tells how they first met at a gas station. She was hungry and asked for help, so he bought her packets of chips. That was the moment they fell in love, and soon they got married. Hearing this, the girl believes him and finally drinks the beverage he offers. Suddenly, Patrick hears the sound of a car outside. He goes out to check. While he is gone, the girl hears a faint phone vibration coming from his bedroom. She rushes there, hoping to find a phone. When she pulls back a curtain, she is shocked to see the dead body of a girl holding packets of chips. Terrified, she realizes Patrick is truly a killer. That dead girl is the same one from his story, the one he claimed was his wife. In reality, she was just another victim whom he lured with snacks and murdered. The girl panics and decides to escape, but as she turns around, Patrick appears and attacks her. He ties her up and warns her not to struggle, saying it will be useless. He explains that his method of killing is by using a drug that dehydrates the body, causing the throat to swell and leading to death. He reveals that he has already mixed the drug into her drink. Soon, the girl begins to feel strange sensations, her throat swells, and eventually she dies. But here comes a shocking twist. It is true that Patrick is a serial killer. That girl was never his wife. She was simply another victim he deceived and killed. Patrick had done this many times before, luring women and giving them a slow, painful death, which he enjoyed. This girl who came to him during the storm, the girl from the very beginning, seen standing in the rain, was also one of his chosen victims. Patrick had noticed her earlier and decided to make her his next prey. That is why he felt as if he had seen her before. In reality, Patrick is now old and alone, having killed many women over the years. His obsession with murdering has destroyed his mind. He often imagines his victims as if they are still around him. The visions, hallucinations, and fake stories all come from his deteriorating mental state. When the girl appeared, Patrick actually killed her instantly with a hammer. Everything that followed, the shower, the conversations, the suspicions, was only in his hallucinations. He keeps the belongings of his victims as trophies, which constantly remind him of his crimes. In his disturbed mind, the spirits of those women return and force him to drink the same drug he once used on them. Without thinking, Patrick consumes it, sealing his own fate. Now his death approaches, and he carries with him the guilt of being a brutal serial killer. But this guilt dies with him, bringing the story to its end.